To who?
The meme association.
How about the meme association? Because I got funny memes.
I belong to the meme association. You can't have it.
Well, I belong to the duck association, so I can't be. I don't think I can be both.
Duck, duck, goose.
Perhaps all I know is they're ducks.
Was that you fighting with a duck over your pants?
Oh, you found that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wondered about that. I was like,
I really wanted to meet that girl again, but she left before I could get my pants back. It was rough. I don't know.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Don't you hate pants?
Pants.
Apparently
Pants.
this movie hates pants.
Sing the praises
And
of
shirts
pants.
and bras. I don't know.
Nothing better shows my taste than what I wear below my waist. Hey, pants. Pants.
Welcome to the I Hate Critics 1995 podcast. I'm professional film critic Sean Patrick. Amy's here.
And I am Amy.
She is wearing pants, which is good. It's the first time on the podcast for everything.
You're welcome. I didn't do it for you.
I am Jay.
Hello.
Amy, find us on where?
Oh, on Facebook and YouTube.
Or the tree outside of Amy's old house.
Yeah, which I still haven't really updated that. But I did post on our Facebook. I did actually get some stuff posted. So you can check out our disclosure review over there on the Facebooks.
Amy hasn't caught up to Nell yet.
I haven't, but I did change information. The only thing I couldn't change was I Hate Critics. I need to change it to 1995 since we just started 1995.
That's true.
But I was having a hard time doing that.
Although, you've not heard a 1995 podcast yet.
Yes.
Thanks, Bob.
Fucking Bob.
He caught Dumb and Dumber's up, and our final 1994 film, Nell, is up now. So
That's right. And then you'll get House Guest.
then finally you'll have House Guest, which, Amy, you've got an update on House Guest that I'll kind of a piece of information we left out of the House Guest review.
Randall Miller.
Yeah, the director of that movie is a man named Randall Miller.
Yes.
We talked about him a little bit because he's such a shitty director.
Yeah, we basically called him out on the House Guest podcast, which you'll hear soon, Bob. But yeah, Sean and I we found out some really skeevy information about him. Was it the last film that he made?
Yeah, he's actually made another one since then. He was you have to wait a little while after you've been in prison to make another movie.
Yeah.
Especially when you kill a crew member.
Yeah, sure. You can say that the train did it, but you put them on the tracks.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing. It was a Greg Allman story, right?
Yeah, They were making Midnight Rider, the Greg Allman movie, with, in which he nearly kills William Hurt,
right?
As well. R.I.P. William Hurt. He's playing. Is he playing Greg Allman? Yeah, he's playing. Greg Allman.
He's playing Greg Allman.
And they've got him on like a bed on railroad tracks, for reasons, I guess it's artistic or something.
Yeah.
And dumbfuck didn't check to see if there was a train coming. That he checked the wrong.
Nobody uses it anymore.
Yeah. He looked at the wrong train schedule. And
fucking idiot.
So he's got his entire crew in the middle of a fucking railroad bridge where there's just no escape. You can either jump to your death or be hit by the train. And then naturally, because these are train tracks, a train comes. So everybody's got to run and try and get to the end of the bridge before the train arrives, and they're closer to the end that the train is coming at instead of the train going away, so they can't run the other way.
Right.
So they've got to run toward the train to get off. And there's these crew people are so committed to this fucking shit that they have to try and bring the bed with them. So they pick up the bed and they're trying to carry the bed off of the tracks while the train is coming. If they had left the bed there, I'm betting this girl would still be alive.
Yeah.
But she got caught behind the bed. And then the train hits the bed. The piece of the bed kills her. And Randall Miller
bounces off, and then
Randall Miller ends up in jail.
Yep.
For just 1 year.
Yeah. And her parents set up a whole fund about making sure that filmmaking is safe for everyone, and it's heartbreaking. And then you're like, I'm glad we made fun of him when we watched House Guest, because fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Safety first, dickhead.
Exactly. Oh, we need that hospital bed. Go get another fucking bed.
Or just don't shoot a scene on live railroad tracks. I mean, you could do that too. You know, there was, and really, what purpose did that scene serve? What purpose did it serve? I mean, what did you get out of that?
Yeah.
What was going to be the long lasting effect of that?
Well, and they ran the camera through the whole thing too, so it's like they still have the footage.
The camera is still running while this is all going on.
Wow.
So you're like watching right behind William Hurt running for his life.
Yeah. That was wild. So House Guest will be up soon. You can listen to that, but just,
But luckily we didn't talk about this on there.
Yeah. Luckily.
Because I kind of want to throw to Paul over. Actually, that movie is so cursed, though. When you remember, when we were talking about, poor Sinbad had a stroke, Phil Hartman was murdered.
Yeah,
that
movie was cursed.
One of the daughters killed herself.
Jesus.
Nobody ever talks about the House Guest curse.
But there was one.
Or then the director killed more people. Maybe he's cursed. Maybe it's the Randall Miller curse. Forget the House Guest curse.
Yeah.
It's the Randall Miller curse.
There you go. Exactly. Thank you for figuring out what that is, because I have no idea what that was. It's from IKEA. It's a keychain. We're talking about keychain. Anyway, today was a different film.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that we actually kind of liked it.
We watched a good movie.
Yeah.
Tell people what it is.
Oh, it's Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night. Oh, yes, it's Demon Night, and the feeling's right. Oh, yes, it's Demon Night. Oh, what a night. You're welcome. Neither one of you are giving anything here.
We were just trying to get you, Libby. Let's see how long she can go with this.
I would have gone longer.
I was hoping for more of a riff. I wanted to go on a run.
I was going to, but I didn't. Just, I want others to be more involved.
What do you want? Now we're Amy's backup singers.
Well, I mean, come on. I am the main character. Someone finally said it. Yeah. But I mean, again, it's this was not a movie I expected to watch. Now, here's the thing. We didn't tell Fuzzy was that we happened to capture a making of documentary on YouTube before you got here. So we kind of knew some of these things that were already going to happen. And actually, had it not been for that, I don't know if I would have chosen this, but then we couldn't find Lady Bird, which is what I wanted to watch. Mm-hmm. We couldn't find that available to watch. So
that movie is available at MGM Plus, and I'm just not going to get a subscription to MGM Plus.
Just for that movie?
Just for that movie.
Yeah, I know.
So he paid for Demon Night. Who's our sponsor?
Oh, the Pontiac Le Mans. The dying dog of cars. We're just going to wait. The whole reason I got this little Rolling Stone book is because I've had REM right now. Isn't it cute, though? Just cute little book.
Where did you get these trinkets that you didn't know what were?
Well, I mean, again, working in record stores for as long as I have. And then you always get little random things those, that, the green thing, was my friend Alexa's, and she gave it to one of our kids at work, and so she was putting it in her mouth. So I put it in my pocket and forgot that I had it. And then the IKEA little kickstand there, that is from one of those. I just fed them. Literally just fed them. Literally just put food in their bowls.
I can see it, and yet he's still whining.
Well, yeah, but I won't have money to buy them food until Wednesdays.
I'll buy food.
You won't buy the right kind.
True.
It came in an advent calendar.
Oh, okay. I was like, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I'm like, what is this for? But I think you found the reason. I think it was...
Yeah, it's a little phone stand, I think.
That is so cute. Well,
It doesn't do that one, but like that way it'll do it.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Who's our sponsor?
I already said it was a Pontiac Le Mans.
Why don't you just say it again so we can provide an edit point?
Oh.
Who's our sponsor?
Pontiac Le Mans, the PMS of cars.
New year, new sponsor.
We should get a new sponsor. Pontiac Le Mans, they've never gotten back to us. It's not even Le Mans, is it?
I don't know.
It's a Fiero.
Yeah, the Fiero has always been our sponsor. I thought you changed it.
No, I was thinking of my first car.
We're going to lose Fiero if she keeps this up.
Yeah.
Fiero works so hard, and...
Did they? Because no one reached out. I waited by the phone.
Tales from the Crypt Demon Night, let's see, they released on January 13th, 1995, which is about the time this podcast would be coming out, really.
That's right, yeah.
We're recording just about almost on the exact 30th anniversary of this film, which was quite a hit, actually. $21 million against a $13 million budget.
Yeah.
42% on Rotten Tomatoes, because critics don't have good taste.
Well, you're a critic, though. Wow, 42%. That's a little shocking to me because, I mean, I think from what I read, this movie kind of has a bit of a cult status.
There's a lot of people who really like this, and they tell Billy Zane all the time when they see him, "I love Demon Night, man."
Can we talk about? I mean, the cast for one. So you've got Bill Sadler, the demon that is Billy Zane, Jada Pinkett before the slap.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah. This was what a CCH Pounder. Brilliant in everything she does. Everything.
Stealing the entire movie.
Stealing the entire movie like she do.
Uncle Willie,
Dick Miller.
Roger Corman legend.
That's right. And then, of course, was it John Shuck? Yo-Yo himself. No one remembers that show. You shouldn't remember that show.
What was it called again?
What is it?
Something in Yo-Yo.
And he played Yo-Yo, the robot cop.
Yo-Yo, the robot cop.
Yeah.
Is who he played. He was the sheriff in this movie.
He literally got punched right through the face in this movie. That was something else. That was a death. And it's the first
rough to watch.
Right? Yeah.
But impressive, though.
Impressive. But before we even get into all of that, you've got a little cameo from John Larroquette in the beginning, which I thought was so random. Why John Larroquette? Why?
Yeah.
I need to know why.
That was totally random. Just John Larroquette just popping up at the start of the movie. Star of Night Court.
Yeah.
Star of the new Night Court as well.
Oh, but he's silver-haired now.
Oh, my.
I like them silver hairs.
Another strange fixation for Amy on the show.
I did have a crush on John Larroquette growing up. God, I have so many daddy issues. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was kind of odd. But what a cast! What an interesting.
So Tales from the Crypt was a I think it was a comic book series, maybe like in the 70s, and then they turned it into an HBO series in the 80s. And then they started making Tales from the Crypt movies, and they weren't very good for the most part until Demon Night. I know, Amy, you have fond memories of Bordello of Blood.
Oh my God. The only reason we saw it was because we liked Dennis Miller, and then he turned out to be a bloated shitbag. So,
yes, fuck you, Dennis Miller.
Fuck you, Dennis Miller. We still love you. You ruined everything.
Was it Angie Everhart?
That's right.
The model was in that one as well.
But the thing is, like, that movie, I was thinking about that, like, because we went and saw that in the theater again because of shitbag. But he had such great quips in it. And that was the thing about Tales from the Crypt. They all had really good kind of dry humor in a way. Thank God for Billy Zane. He had some really great deliveries in this because of it. Like, oh, come on. Like, he's just he's a bad guy. Kind of like, yeah, don't waste our time, dude.
He's so put out.
He's so put out.
Just give me the game. I just need this. I need the demon key. You got to give it to me right now. I just want to get this over with. I got so many other things to do.
But he does it so well. Like, he's so good at, and I always thought he's like the world's biggest douchebag, which I still think he just comes off that way. Maybe he's probably like one of the nicest people in Hollywood. Who knows? But
I don't know. But his cameo in Zoolander kind of took the piss out of that really well.
that's true.
Him being the patron saint of Ben Stiller in Zoolander. It didn't work in Zoolander 2, but it definitely worked in the original.
Yeah. Well, everything in Zoolander, the first one, made sense. So.
But so William Sadler is the chosen one. He's like not an angel, he's just a guy, but he happened upon another guy who gave him this sort of curse to protect the earth from this demon played by Billy Zane. And he's carrying around the key. The key is carrying around the blood of Christ and the blood of the demon knights, as they're called, who defend the earth against this evil. The demons have collected 6 of the 7 keys, and if they get them all, they will rain darkness upon the earth. You know, we haven't even mentioned the best character in the movie, Roach.
Oh, Roach.
Good old Roach. That's Haden Church from Wings.
Oh, Roach.
Roach is quite a character.
Oh, he's there. He's there.
Thomas Haden
all
Church,
the time.
Better acting roles and that kind of thing.
Pre-Wing.
No, wait, was he on Wings by this point?
Yeah, he was on Wings.
He was on Wings at that point, yeah.
But yeah, he was Roach. You know, I expected so much more from a guy named Roach.
Dignity, integrity, honor. Roach.
He lived down to his niche.
He definitely did. I'm such a prick in this movie.
He's at this, so they're all at this like hotel thing, and he shows up late, and he wants to he's getting with Cordelia, who's a sex worker played by Brenda Backey.
Mm-hmm.
And MJ, you want to take us through the scene where we discover what he and Brenda Backey are doing?
Oh, this cop just had to go up there. Why did he have to go up there? He didn't have to go in there.
He did.
I don't think he did, because what we had to see, because he had to go up there.
So good.
Amy was scarred by nipples.
You guys know how much I hate nipples. I hate nipples. You're welcome. Nipples.
There was nipple clamps, and it was horrifying.
Yeah.
It was horrifying.
It was a car battery. They were hooked up to a car battery hooked up to his nipples.
Yeah. His nipples were smoking.
They were there. They were
she got
there.
distracted and she couldn't like turn off the electricity, and so his nipples were getting burned. Like you do.
Well,
you gotta pay close attention when you're doing nipple clamp and battery play.
If you're going to do battery play, you also need somebody who's responsible, who's going to hook you up.
Well, then Cordelia's a professional. If the cop hadn't come in at that point, I'm sure she would have saved his nipples.
Do you think?
I think so.
I don't know.
I have every confidence in Cordelia.
She?
Except that she's the first one to get seduced and die.
She didn't want that for her.
No. Cordelia. Justice for Cordelia.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what is it? Whores don't have friends. But she proved everybody wrong because she had a friend in Wally.
Yes, Wally the mailman who was apparently planning on shooting up the post office after he got fired.
Wow. Remember the whole going postal thing? That's what this was. Yeah, definitely in reference to.
In the 80s, and there was this whole thing about postal workers just after a time, they're just losing their shit and just going in and shooting up the place.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just one incident. It was multiple incidents where just postal workers just lost their mind.
Yep. It was a whole period of time.
And it came to be referred to as going postal.
Totally.
Because we have to turn everything into a meme, apparently.
We do.
That's the only way we can deal with anything. It's like, well, this is horrible. Make it a meme.
Well.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
9/11. See what I'm saying?
Never forget.
Oh, see? See, we turned everything into a meme.
There was a 9/11 one, and again, I know this is horrible, but you obviously don't know me enough or well enough if you don't realize why somebody took 2 handfuls of uncooked spaghetti holding them up.
Ah.
And they had a spoon coming in to one of them. Or no, was it? And then marinara sauce coming out the side of the spaghetti. And then it says never forget underneath.
Oh my God. That is awful.
I did not fully get that one.
I have to find it now.
No, you don't. You
Yeah,
don't need to find that.
I
That's fine.
gotta send
we
it to
don't
you.
need any of that.
It's wild. It's wild what people can do with memes. But yeah,
So that's a thing.
that's a thing.
So yeah, Willie, he's a loser. He's in love with Cordelia, even though she's a sex worker, has zero interest in it. Again, nothing against sex workers. Do you
No.
have fun?
Yep.
Be yourselves, enjoy yourselves, however you want. Willie's a loser. He is going to shoot up the post office, not just because they fired him, but also because like he wanted to do it for her, I guess.
Wally. It's Wally.
Yeah.
Because Uncle Willie
Wally.
is Dick Miller.
Wally, of course, the voice of Roger Rabbit.
Which, again, casting?
Weird,
Kind of
right?
weird. Kind of weird.
casting.
Yeah.
Weird casting.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd made plenty of money being Roger Rabbit, but apparently not.
He's just, well, but I think he was a fan of the,
Tales from the Crypt.
yeah, for sure.
I bet he was jealous of John Kassir being the voice of the Crypt Keeper.
Makes sense.
You know, I know one other thing about John Kassir, and that was that he was the foreign guy kicker on the HBO football series that they had in the 80s.
First and 10.
First and 10.
First and 10.
Yeah. There's our link to O.J. Simpson. We brought O.J. Simpson into the podcast. He was on First and 10.
9/11 and then O.J. Simpson. Could we maybe move on?
O.J. Simpson on
these
First and
things.
10, by the way, you know what I remember about him on that show? Is that he beat up his wife
Beat up his wife.
on that show.
It was
That
just
was his
like-
character. That was a character
It
thing
wasn't.
that happened.
He's just
in
like,
that
do you
show.
mind if I act out what I do at home?
Oh.
Ooh.
He's a horrible
Wow.
human being.
Yeah.
And no, he doesn't get to R.I.P.
It's like he was just trying to. He's like, I'm telling you, I am awful.
I'm an awful,
I'm a horrible human
horrible
being.
human being. Yep.
You need to do something about this. Everybody's like, oh, he's such a good actor. Look how great he is at that. I'm really convincing. I'm scared of him.
Oh.
Oh no.
His character is named T.D. Parker. You're welcome. T.D. Parker. Touchdown, Parker.
Oh. I so straight. I don't understand.
You don't understand why I remember these things?
Well,
I don't understand humans anymore. I didn't in the first place, but I don't even more now.
Yeah, so Billy Zane follows William Sadler to this hotel that is run by CCH Pounder, and all these characters are there, and he actually needs like 7 people, Billy Zane does, to be in this place there, and that's exactly it. They've got 7 people there, so he can do the thing that he's got to do, which is kill everyone and get the key.
get the key.
And get that pussy off the table.
Oh.
I was talking about
the cat. That was one of the greatest lines in there.
As
Absolutely.
Cordelia was sitting on the table, is it not?
That pussy off the table. I was talking about the cat. I mean, just such a great line. And then there's another one that I loved. Well, there's a couple. And now, of course, I'm like,
Now we're about to
I'll
do the
remember
podcast
that.
and you totally forget it.
Well, because I thought I'd remember it. Fuck this cowboy shit, you fucking hoe down, podunk.
Oh yeah.
Well, them there, motherfuckers. All you had to do is give me the goddamn key. Billy Zane in that moment was so fantastic. Because you could just tell, like, he didn't want to act like the cowboy anyway. He's just done with it. And I was like, look, I'm a fucking demon, you assholes. And he plays a demon very well.
He does.
This movie, of course, yeah, you mentioned it was January 13th. The whole reason they wanted that date was because it was falling on a Friday.
So it was
They
at least on
wanted-
Friday the 13th.
Exactly.
That's
So,
brilliant.
Yep. Which I think is just fantastic.
You got to think ahead. That's
yeah.
the important thing, is you got to think ahead in these things.
Oh, purposely released. Okay, so then there's a shoot, what was it? if you watch throughout the movie, you'll notice that the actual or that they used a comic book as a prop.
Yeah.
And then eventually we start seeing that everything that you're seeing was in the comic book, which I dug that. I liked that. But we didn't utilize that until like
Late in
really
the
close
film.
to the end. Yeah. And I thought, man, you should have been doing that from moment one. That way, if like it's like maybe Jeryline could like go over and look at that and go, fuck, here's what happens next. You know what I mean? And like just to be ready. But
Jeryline is Jada Pinkett's character.
yeah. She's badass in this fucking movie, too.
She's so cool. We got to tell so there's a detail from this documentary that was very interesting because there are two things that nearly derailed this picture when they were making them initially, when they were like in talks and bringing in these stars to be in this movie. So they've hired Billy Zane to be the bad guy, and Billy Zane shows up to the producer's office, and he's bald. And they're like, Billy Zane, what? Where's your
Zane's bald?
Why
Yeah.
don't you have hair? And he pulls up this case and puts it on their desk and opens it up. And inside is a series of toupees
Yeah.
and wigs that he likes to wear. And he's like, which one do you want me to wear?
See, he looks so cool bald. It's like, no, dude, we don't want any of
Don't need
that.
him. Yeah, you just, that's a great look for you.
So then Jada Pinkett rolls up. They'd interviewed her. They'd auditioned her. She had long hair. She pulls up, takes off her hat, and has completely short hair, and it's dyed blonde. And they were freaking out about this.
They lost their shit.
It's like, why is this derailing the film?
Because like the previous movie she'd done like long braids.
Wasn't that Set It Off? Was that
Could be.
Wait, no, Set It Off was 96. So she was just going to be making Set It Off, right?
I'm not sure, but the last movie that she did before this, she had long braids.
Right.
And that's what they were expecting. Was her to show up with long braids. Then she shows up with this dyed blonde, nearly shaved head, and they're like, "Oh God, what are we gonna do?" And she's like, "Well, you're not touching my hair." Like, all right, well, it's a part of the character now.
Well, and I think it looked better. I liked it because it looked more badass that
Yeah,
way.
she
So
looked fantastic.
Yeah,
She's always rocked that look.
she really has. Yeah.
And I know it's from a condition that she has, but still, I mean, she's always looked great like that. She even bald, I think she looks
Yeah,
fantastic.
if she shaves her head, she still looks fabulous. So, but yeah, I mean, so many like little moments. Like I really, I don't like horror films.
Right.
I absolutely detest them. But what I do and always have appreciated about Tales from the Crypt is that there's always a sense of humor to it. Always, in some way or another. It's, I hate saying this, but back in the day,
Here we go.
back in the day, people like Dennis Miller, people like Bill Maher used to make us laugh in movies. You know what I mean? Like they because of that, they could make we knew that those characters were never going to get killed because they were always the ones that were smart and could make fun of the bad guy, let's say. Obviously, again, two very bloated shitbags now, but I did like, but that kind of wry sense of humor I do like about the Tales from the Crypt stuff.
Oddly though, this is a movie devoid of like any one character who is funny. Like Zane is funny. CCH Pounder has a couple of moments where she's very funny.
Very funny.
And then there's not like this is not a quipping hero. William Sadler isn't a quippy hero. He's not making jokes. He's here to do serious business from beginning to end. He has no sense of humor about this at all.
You interviewed him.
I did. I talked to William Sadler.
Yeah.
It's one of the longest interviews I've ever done. And it was like 35 minutes. And we were only supposed to go 10.
Oh, he was lying.
It was, but he was so engaging and would not stop talking. We were talking about it. He was making an appearance on the CBS series with David Boreanaz, something about Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
Right.
It's something to do with Navy SEALs. But he's like playing David Boreanaz as his dad on the show, I think. And he's just talking about how great he is, and then he just goes into all this spiritual discussion and patriotism and what that means to him. I don't think he's MAGA, but like he's just kind of a sweet guy talking about that.
Yeah.
But then he starts talking about his wife, and like he's like this big wife guy, just loves his wife, and just talking just so sweetly about her. And I'm just
love
sitting
that.
there. I'm just listening because he's just that engaging, even though he will not stop to let me ask him a question. He's just going. He's off. He's off and running. He's William Sadler, and he's going. And I think I asked 2 questions in a 35-minute interview.
All right. I gotta say, his wife died last year.
Oh, that's sad.
I know, they got married in 1977. See, I did something right.
Everything that happened in 1977 is Amy's fault because that's the year she was born.
Exactly, but
she killed Elvis.
I killed Elvis. I did. There's lots of, like, disco was my fault, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
the gas prices, the gas crunch in the 70s.
All my fault because I was born.
Yeah.
But I brought William Sadler with his wife. You know, I brought them together. So finally did something right. I did. Wow, that's something else. Well, you know what? Again, for me, seeing William Sadler is a completely different experience because, as you know, growing up with me, when I was 15, I had an obsession with Keanu Reeves. Obsessed. Probably more 14. And I had movie posters. I had everything that was Keanu on my walls. And, of course, William Sadler played Death in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. So whenever I see Bill Sadler, I get excited because it's like that's the role that I remember him in.
And it's amazing because I think William Sadler has no sense of humor at all.
Really?
Like
he was so funny in that movie.
But that's the thing, though. That's what makes him funny is that he doesn't realize when he's doing something, saying something funny.
No
I don't think he's aware of how funny he is.
That's funny.
So he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't have a sense of humor. Like he's a really sweetheart of a guy. I think he's just so earnest.
Yeah.
All the time that he doesn't really get like dark humor or humor at other people's expense or that kind of humor doesn't like make any sense to him.
One of the greatest things in Bogus Journey too, one of my favorite things is that Bill and Ted have to fight for their souls. So they're playing board games with Death to try to and then they finally got him with Battleship. And Death is like, "Well, you sunk my Battleship." Like he was so upset, but ultimately they got to save their souls because of that. It is such a great moment.
And then he joins their band.
Joins the band. Oh my God. He plays, he just plays killer guitar in that too. That movie was such shit, but I still love it. Like it just takes me back to being 14 and being in love with Keanu, who, again, amazing dude. So I'm glad that I had at least one healthy crush because after that it was Mike Myers, Bill Murray,
Kevin Spacey.
There was a lot of problematic dudes that I was really into.
Gary Oldman's character in True Romance.
But Gary Oldman
himself is fine.
He's amazing. And if you love Gary Oldman as much as I do, you can go follow his wife, Giselle Schmidt, on Instagram because he does not have an Instagram, but she takes all the pictures behind the scenes and stuff, and it's very cool. So I love me some Gary Oldman.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that as long as Gary Oldman's happy, I'm happy.
I'd be happier. If you've all, you know what? Since we were kids, you've been saying that. That's impressive that you kept that going.
It's actually like on days when I'm sad, I'm like wondering, is Gary Oldman sad too?
I wonder if Gary Oldman, what he feels about.
He must be.
You know,
it's our spiritual connection.
You do have a connection with him. I just have an attraction to greasy hair and grills. I can't help it.
And patois. Don't forget patois.
No one says that word. Patois.
It's a very unique patois in that movie.
It's true.
As does Billy Zane in this movie.
Yes.
So what was your favorite death, MJ?
Roach.
Roach's death.
Roach was my favorite death because he died.
We all celebrated that moment.
Was ready for him to die.
Well, we knew he was going to try to get that key and to double cross everybody.
Yeah.
And,
yes.
You know,
I thought he could make a deal with the devil and get out of it. And you can't make a deal with the devil.
No.
It doesn't work like that.
Absolutely not.
He's more evil than you.
Yeah. That's true.
Somehow,
out evil the devil.
I feel like if anybody could do it, though, it would be Roach. He's just so evil. And he's so stupidly evil. Like, he's so stupid, but he's evil.
If Roach were, if he would have lived and were real, he would have voted for Trump.
Yeah, he would have.
That's the kind of asshole we're talking about, for sure.
Absolutely.
Roach is MAGA.
He really is.
Oh my God.
What?
Did you know that Tracy Bingham was in this movie?
Yeah, she was one of the tits girls. Yeah.
Tracy Bingham from Baywatch?
Yeah.
Wow.
Baywatch's Tracy Bingham is what we like to say.
So there's a scene where Uncle Willie dies. Dick Miller.
Yeah.
Legendary Dick Miller.
Dick Miller.
Who is his entire life, he looked 70 years old.
That's true.
From the day he was born to the day he died.
That's true.
He gets entranced by the demon. He's a drunk, so he's like looking for alcohol all the time. And he finds some up in the steeple of this place because it's an old converted church at this hotel. Then he finds some wine up there and he starts getting drunk. And then when CCH Pounder kicks him out and takes his drink away from him, that's the opening. That's when the demon sneaks in and tricks him with a room full of topless women and some booze.
I mean, most
and then
notably,
Billy Zane transforms into Hunter S. Thompson for a moment.
Yeah. But she does a really good job. It's weird.
Really
which is very, very weird. But yeah, then there's all those nipples. I mean, just so many nipples.
So many nipples. I had no idea that was Tracy Bingham. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she's been in Playboy. It's not like I'm judging her for taking her top off in a movie. That's not what I'm doing. I just didn't realize that was her, and I didn't realize there was a Baywatch connection in this movie.
No, we always look for a Baywatch connection.
We've connected O.J. Simpson, Baywatch. I mean, come on. This is great.
That's true.
Night Court. We've got a whole extended Wings. We've got a whole extended universe going on. That Navy SEAL show that David Boreanaz is on.
I would. It'd be funnier if it was a baby seals show. Just about strictly baby seals. Oh, seals, yes! Heidi Klum and Seals Kids.
It's all there.
Baby seals.
I was thinking like Muppet Babies. You take the characters from Seals, but you see them only as babies playing with each other and like learning how they're talking about the future, how they're going to be Navy SEAls, but they're babies.
Baby seals.
And we call it Baby Seals.
Oh my God.
And William Sadler's his dad, so he's there just kind of, giving David Boreanaz advice.
I would pay to watch that. I really, really would. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Wow.
I mean, we've got this whole extended universe to work with. Zoolander.
Yeah. There's just so much. Titanic. Yep.
The Phantom.
Oh.
Was that one, or was that? Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Him and Alec Baldwin starred in a similar like superhero movie. I like just about the same time. I can't remember the one that he was in.
I had this movie poster for Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and that's William Sadler right there.
As Death.
Oh.
And specifically, it's Ingmar Bergman's version of Death.
Yeah, which I think is fucking brilliant, by the way.
That's a good joke.
That's a great joke.
I don't like that movie, but it's a good joke.
Oh, but come on. Carlin, we've got some good things going in that movie. And I again, that soundtrack was horrible, but I loved it because it had The Perfect Crime by Faith No More on there, which was the only good song on there, in my opinion. But I love Faith No More, so yeah. I don't know. What else?
Observations, MJ?
Did
you have a favorite scene other than Roach's death?
I don't know.
Did you like this movie?
I liked some of it. I thought the concept was very interesting. I liked the idea of like passing on something to someone else and like having that complete the circle. Like I think that's a cool concept. I'm not big on gore and guts and things. Not usually.
Did you enjoy seeing the head get punched off?
Oh, I really did not. I needed my emotional support weighted blanket.
Yes.
But it was interesting, and I liked the characters. The characters were funny. So
I like the religious aspect of it. I like that little flashback going back all the way to like the guy collecting Jesus's blood, and that being what keeps the demons at bay, and then it becomes his blood, and he gives it to the next guy. And William Sadler got it in World War I, became the new demon knight.
Yeah,
and then he passes it on at the end of Jada Pinkett,
which, and again, really kind of sets it up for a sequel almost.
And there's another biblical aspect too, is that each time it was given to somebody, it was somebody who would seemingly not be worthy of it. Because like it's a thief, and then it was I guess I'm not sure if the next guy was a thief too, but like, and then we didn't get much of William Sadler's backstory, but like his people who felt that they weren't worthy, and then you find out that Jada Pinkett was also a thief.
Right.
And so that little running through line was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Like they did think about this stuff at the very least.
Yeah.
Ernest Dickerson, is not a bad director. He's done good things. Weirdly, before he did this movie, I was kind of just looking at his biography, just like his filmography, and I was just kind of surprised that, like, to go from where he was, I'm trying to find it here. Sorry, just is because my mind is not what it used to be.
Are you saying?
Oh,
sounds like you're
younger than both of you.
Is that right?
In my heart.
In your heart.
No, he made Juice with Tupac.
Oh, okay.
In 1992.
Well, Jada Pinkett dated Tupac. Like they were going to get married and shit. So.
Another weird connection. But yeah, this is not like anything you would think would be like Juice. Juice is a very serious movie.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to have the eye to move from that to this is kind of weird. He's such a weird. He went from this to Surviving the Game with Ice-T.
Oh.
Do you know Surviving the Game?
No.
So do you know The Most Dangerous Game?
Yes.
That is where you hunt human beings.
Right. My favorite pastime.
So a bunch of white guys kidnap Ice-T, and they
always white guys
let him loose in the forest and go hunt, and they hunt him. But then he turns around and he hunts them.
Fuck yeah. Anytime Ice-T does something like that, I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's a good role for Ice-T. That is damn sure.
That's badass.
Ice-T, Rutger Hauer, Charles Dutton, Gary Busey.
God, what a cast.
Yeah, we missed that one last year.
Gary Busey and
John C. McGinley. F. Murray Abraham is in that movie.
His buttery sausages.
Weirdly enough, I heard a weird, just kind of oddball anecdote completely separate from this about Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Do you remember the guy who plays Biff in Back to the Future?
I do.
He's like a comedian now, I guess. He was doing stand-up in this clip I saw. And he was like telling people here's the questions to stop asking me about Back to the Future and about being a celebrity. And he's like, Michael J. Fox is really nice. Christopher Lloyd is really quiet. Stop asking me these questions. But they're like, who's the nicest celebrity you ever met? And who's the worst celebrity you ever met? And the worst celebrity he's ever met is Gary Busey.
Oh.
He was a total dick.
Does that surprise anyone? Sausages. Butter sausage.
No, he's never spoken to Crispy McGilliver, not one time.
Oh my God.
Outside of a scene, him and Crispy McGilliver have never shared a word.
Wow. That's fascinating, though. I wish more actors were like that, too. It's like, just get the fucking those questions out of
Here's
the way.
the answer to every question everybody always asks me.
It's true. I'm not even a celebrity, but I kind of want to write up my own my own FAQ, just hand it to people. Before we get to know each other, here are the answers to the questions you're going to be asking. I think that's just smart.
Isn't that Tinder? Or all dating sites?
I suppose so. But I don't want to date anybody. I just want to give them my FAQ for no reason.
Yes.
Like strangers, walk up to strangers and hand them an FAQ with an 8x10 glossy of myself. How I introduce myself.
Amy auditions for friendships. Whenever she meets somebody. Yeah. Hi, I'm reading for the role of Amy.
I'll be your friend today.
This is headshot. This is my agent's number is on the top. So I've got my resume's on the back. Do you want to flip that over?
Frequently asked questions right here.
I feel like I'm the agent in this moment.
You have to field all the calls. How do you think you'd benefit by a friendship with Amy?
So
I'll tell you right now, you probably.
So this woman walked up to me with an 8x10 and an said to call you. Who the fuck is this?
Great. Are you looking for a friend that's probably gonna flake out and not show up or call you?
Amy's a great friend because you'll call her and she never answers. And then she never wants to spend any time with you.
But loves you just the same. And that's true. I want friends. I just don't want to hang out. Is that weird?
It's a little weird.
And I don't want to talk to you on the phone either. Like, let's just text.
Phone conversations aren't great. I don't like texting either, though. I don't like any conversation over the phone.
We can text.
I'm
we
good.
can FaceTime. That's fine. I don't want to pick up the phone and wonder what kind of faces you're making. I have trust issues. I've had them since I was in my 20s. So calling people on the phone, I don't trust what you're doing. You could be doing so many horrible things while you're on the phone with me. And I don't want that in my life. I don't need that kind of stress.
My best friend, when I call her, if I call, like I make an actual phone call to her, she's like, "What's wrong? What happened? Is there an emergency?"
That's Dude, I'm just calling you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's why I always answer a phone call, because I'm like, wait, hold on, who's dead? What's happening?
If I ever call you, you will pass out. Or you'll be like, okay, this doesn't happen.
They'll just know Sean's dead.
Yeah. Dude. That's terrible. Don't answer the phone if I call you. You don't want to know.
Don't answer.
Don't want to know.
You know what's worse, though, is when people knock on your door.
Oh, don't. I have so much anxiety if there's a knock at the door.
Who knocks on a door?
People from Renaissance.
Because, like, I've never had, in my entire life, my house was not a place you could knock on our door. We would not let you in unless it was a child from next door asking me to come out and play. There is no knocking on that door.
No, you can't.
It's such a weird thing to do.
You can't come to my place without an appointment. Like, you have to have an appointment. You have to tell me you're coming, and we have to be prepared for your arrival. There's a lot of things that have to happen before you get here.
Yes,
you're not allowed to just show up.
You have to fill out paperwork in triplicate.
There's no pop-ins. We don't do pop-ins.
We don't ever do pop-ins. I am not that kind of person. You don't get to just show up at my door.
Kramer, there's no Kramer. The door is locked. It's locked all the time.
Always
you
locked.
Don't have a key, Kramer.
Yeah, the only time we unlock it is if Fuzzy's coming over. That's it. That's it. No one else. That's just how it is. Don't show up at our door. I'm talking to you, Rena Center. Stop showing up here. You'll get your money, you fuckers.
It's a great bit. I think it was on Instagram. This guy got a fine from the police, and so he decided to pay it by taking $130 bills and turning them into origami pigs.
Okay, that's brilliant.
That's
yes.
I want that
high
for
level trolling.
Yeah,
the amount of work that man put in,
and probably that's smiling as he's putting every one of them together too. Brilliant.
And I saw a picture of this.
Did you?
I
really?
saw a picture of the dollars.
That's so good.
Little tiny pigs.
It's fantastic.
Wow.
Again, high level. Yeah, you got to appreciate it.
Are we talking about the next film yet?
We'll get there.
I really want to get there.
Why?
Because I'm done talking about Tales from the Crypt. It's a good movie. You should watch it.
We often had times when we watch a good movie. There's just not much to say. It's a really good movie.
And that's why I wanted Lady Bird today, because I'm like, I know it's going to be a good movie. I know it is. And if it wasn't that, then it was going to have to be Tales from the Crypt. And I'm like, maybe we should just do that just because we're probably going to hate it. And then the third choice was Far From Home, which is a story about a dog that's clearly far from home. And I don't want to cry today. So
Far
that's
From Home, The Tale of Yellow Dog.
Is that?
I don't know what it's called.
Let me see.
I know it's about Yellow Dog. That's pretty much all I know.
Yep. Adventures of Yellow Dog. And I didn't want that in my life. That was just going to upset me.
Yeah.
So
that film was a bomb.
What? Far From Home was?
Yeah, it made it had a $38 million budget.
But it made $11.6 million.
$11.6 billion.
Wow.
Wow, that's rough.
That is rough.
But when you're coming out against Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, what do you know? What's going to happen? You're going to live.
That's true.
Demon Knight was a huge hit.
It actually was.
It actually nearly made back double its budget.
And if you think back to that period of time, it's like, okay, we don't have the internet. We don't have anything fun to do. You're going to go to the movies on a Friday the 13th to watch something like this.
Yeah, you don't want to see a horror film.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and it does its job.
And Lady Bird was pretty much only in like Los Angeles and maybe England.
Right. Which is why I like it. or, wanted everybody else to watch it. But then I also kind of thought, you know what, that might be a little bit too thoughtful of a film for our podcast. And it's not Lady Bird, it's Lady Bird, Lady Bird.
Yeah.
So because people are those Jeryline movie came out way later. It's not the same thing.
No. This is a biography of LBJ's wife. Made in England for some reason. That's weird.
If that was the case, we would not be fucking watching it. I'm telling you. Wow. It's Veratus.
It's all about the Lady Bird Lake murders.
Yeah, the Lady of the Lake.
The Lady Bird Lake murders.
Oh.
In San Antonio, duh. What, don't you know anything about true crime?
I just feel like sometimes you reference shit that I don't care about. And then where does it go?
I spend a lot of time learning about dead people.
It's weird because, I don't remember this of you. We lived together before. And so now it's before you would just watch, sports and shit. And now it's he's down every fucking murderous rabbit hole thinking, I better not sleep tonight.
I just want to solve a murder. I just want to find a body. I just want to find a body and solve a murder. That's all I want. It's really...
Give it time.
I mean...
You have to have patience.
I just hate going in the forest.
Well,
I don't like the height.
Maybe it's closer than you think. Family is closer than you think.
Dead bodies are closer than you think.
God.
I don't want to kill anybody. I want to solve their murder. That's all.
You just want to be the good guy.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I like the good to evil balance in this movie. All the characters, aside from you've got Roach, who's a bad guy, but he's on the side of good for a while. But the rest of them are just really good people, just caught up in a rough situation. This movie also does not slow down for a second.
No. It goes from beginning to
no scenes where there's just a whole lot of
napping.
There's one exposition dump in the movie,
right? But
it's done in the past, we're watching Jesus get crucified.
Which, by the way, makes this a great holiday film.
This is our new Easter movie.
Sorry,
it's Demon Night.
Nice. We're gonna have lunch, and then we gotta get home to watch Tales from the Crypt. It's our Easter film. Just eat some hot cross buns and watch Demon Night. I love religion. People are gonna think that I sound disingenuous when I say that.
I don't know why.
I love religion. Give me that old time religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely, I mean, if you like that kind of thing, if you are already a fan of Tales from the Crypt, you've probably already seen it. But if you like just fast-paced horror movies, with actually a pretty decent plot, this is the movie to see from 1995.
Great cast. They're just hilarious. Great gore. So much amazing gore. There's the demons who have to be shot in the eyes.
In the eyes. It has to be in the eyes. Yeah.
Very, very Evil Dead in their creation.
Which I kind of dug that.
Yeah.
You know
how they did that? Those were really super skinny people in outfits.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's real. They were really super skinny people in outfits.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says for people with ED. Maybe they shouldn't watch that. I know I felt just on the heavier side looking at them. I'll tell you that.
MJ, was the most uncomfortable scene for you when Billy Zane shot lightning out of his crotch?
It wasn't comfortable.
Well, just know that he didn't have a UTI. That wasn't it. It may have been chlamydia.
He needs to get that looked at.
I looked over your face and you're just like, all this fire coming out of his penis, and you're like, yeah, my soul's crushed today.
Just want to know why. Why it had to happen.
At some point, Billy Zane shoots lightning out of his crotch, tried to kill Jada Pinkett, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
High-level ending to a movie, I gotta say. You don't get enough crotch lightning in other movies.
No.
Name another movie with crotch lightning, I dare you.
Oh, wait, I know one. No, it was a fever dream. And Gary Oldman was pissing on me with fire.
It's the director's cut of Myra Breckenridge.
Oh my God. No. Why that movie of all movies? It's the first thing that came to your head. That's fine. That's fine.
I just want people to watch my recommendations. I do. The number of people who have no idea what I'm talking about. Just wait till you see that movie. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into.
Oh my God.
Do you have any idea? Do you know? Do you know what it's about?
I don't. That Raquel Welch thing, right?
I know you.
I don't.
The Raquel Welch.
Raquel Welch, yes.
Yeah. But I don't know the whole.
It's one of the first, if not the first, transgender movie.
Oh, I did not know that.
Raquel Welch was a man who becomes Raquel Welch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. Okay. Yeah. So how did we get to this movie?
I don't know. Who knows how we get anywhere on this show? We've already mentioned First and 10 and O.J. Simpson.
That's true.
So, and 9/11.
9/11. Yeah, we're just punching up all the hits here.
Yeah.
You know?
We're hitting all the memes.
Hitting all the memes if we can. Yeah.
What is next week?
Well,
first of all, tell us the movies you didn't. Start with the movies you're not picking.
The movie that I'm not picking for next week,
which is January 20th, 1995.
Right.
There are two options.
Well, we're not doing SFW for sure. I recall people that I liked, that I still like to this day, citing that movie. SFW stands for so fucking what? But I just have no interest. I've moved on from that period of my life where I thought, hey, this is really cool. It looks like kind of like an art house kind of movie. It's not. And then we're not going to be doing Murder in the First.
Well, then we're not doing a movie then?
Aren't we?
There's only two new movies next week.
Oh, yeah, we're taking a break. No, I mean, I don't.
It has to be either SFW or Murder in the First.
Does it have to be, though?
SFW with its 6% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, but it's also on Tubi, so it's for...
Oh, shit! Shit, it's SFW next week.
SFW next week.
Just after Amy said she didn't want to see it.
I really don't.
What does your shirt say?
Sorry, I can't. I have plans with my couch.
Finally, someone said it. Someone said it, and it's done.
It's my life sentence right here. Every time.
It's my couch. And yet, your ass was planted on our couch. So are you cheating on your couch?
I have plans with your couch today.